How is the mental of Becca on this day?
On this,
On this day, in this moment in
that's a
time?
great question.
Yeah.
Loaded question.
Loaded?
Um, I'm okay. I had some anxiety, so I took a pill, and now I'm just like frustrated with my life, a little depressed, but nothing too bad.
I'm depressed. You're on pills. You had anxiety, but now you have depression, but nothing too bad.
Yeah.
And the pill made the anxiety go away?
Yeah. It did.
But this gave you depression instead.
Yeah.
Are
Typically.
you going to take a pill for that?
I already do.
You already do.
Yeah. So.
Damn, boy stuff. Mostly boy stuff.
Yeah. Fucking sucks.
How's that
dude.
my first guess?
Huh?
How's that my first guess?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, it's just too much. And, you know, I've decided everyone gives up on me first. So I'm just going to set my expectations really, really low and give up on everyone else. And then, you know, the one person who wants to rise to the opportunity and kiss my ass and be my husband, I'll take that chance. Until then, I'm done with everyone and everything.
So how are you going to consciously, like, give up on people faster?
I'm just giving up on people. I give up on you. I give up on everyone.
Damn. That's what this boy's doing to you?
Yeah.
That's how he's making you feel about the earth?
I mean, yeah, and it's I don't want to like let him get to me, but I just have such low expectations of men. I do truly have kind of bad luck. All of my friends tell me like, "Damn, you're always going through it. Shit's always happening to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I don't know what the fuck to do about it."
Spells is a start. Casting spells.
I guess.
What do you do about it? You think that you're manifesting it?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what it is about me because I thought that I was really changing my mindset into a lot more positive energy and focusing on myself, but like shit kind of just keeps getting worse.
It's better, and then it's like bad, 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 good, good, bad, 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 bad.
Yeah.
Kind of like you get
Yeah.
you get a week or two in the fucking abyss of this fucking what? This horrible existence you get.
Yeah.
God'll throw you a week or two
Yeah.
every like 4 months of happiness.
If that.
If that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I know that I'm supposed to go through a lot because it makes me stronger and, you know, whatever. But it's like I'm trying to attract positive people and good energy, and I'm just really confused as to why my life is such a shit show.
Like
Bad things are always happening.
why, like sort of victim, like why is, and I mean, some people are victims. Some people get stabbed in the stomach 6 times.
Yeah.
There's victims on this earth.
Yeah.
Like why is the environment making me feel this or doing this to me? Like why are these things that are out of my control, you know, making this existence worse for me all of the time?
Yeah.
That's how you feel?
Yeah. It's just like discouraging. You know, I go about my life, I make the best of it, and my anxiety overall has been so much better because I have changed my energy and I have made progress and growth. But like, I still get discouraged because no matter what I do, I don't know. things are always hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're supposed to be so depressing.
What?
So depressing.
Last week I was talking about how like I'm just aimless and I just like live to get money, and then I have money, and then beyond just having money and paying my rent, like I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing with this life. It's slowly fading away and like I'm leaving nothing. I'm not.
Yeah.
But and then just one day I woke up and I was out of it. Like I'm completely fine now. And it was overnight. Like I woke up and it was gone. And that leads me to believe that it was an interdimensional entity feeding off of me.
That makes
Am
sense.
Because it's like,
that is something I have not looked into yet.
yeah, because I felt that something I couldn't, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard I was redirecting my mind and stuff, there was like this drain, and like I just felt like I couldn't do life. I couldn't do the things that I regularly would enjoy doing, or doing things that I know I should be doing, because of this just kind of hopeless, like, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like this state of being, this kind of hopeless, like energyless state of being that I was like,
Yeah.
But, and then how does that just go away overnight?
Yeah. Without doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember having a dream that night?
Not really. No, not really. Yeah, maybe that could have given me some idea of what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, that's so weird. You just woke up and you're healed.
I woke up and I'm good.
Yeah.
Like the fucking thing left.
Yeah. Maybe it did.
That makes me fucking kind of believe like the stuff in the work that you do, and like the way you're, you know, what your shit is like being able to kind of tap into the other side, or what other, like maybe invisible things, or the spiritual aspect of life, of like what is occurring that the eyes can't see.
Yeah. Sometimes negative energies and spirits will attach themselves to us and feed off of our emotions, and we call them like hitchhikers. They just kind of, you know, have nowhere to go, but they carry all this baggage with them, and they see you and they're able to connect to you, whether because maybe you're sad or whatever, and they latch onto you and they have that baggage with them. And that's putting it metaphorically, but you know,
so kind of innocent in a way, and it's not like some fucking demon from the demonic realm.
They I don't believe are trying to harm us for the most part.
Yeah.
They just...
And then there are some that are like from the demonic realm.
Yeah.
That are like actually possessing you.
Those are demons.
And you black out and you come to, or come back into consciousness, and you've done something horrible, or...
Yeah.
And that shit happened. Or you made a song, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Wait, that happens. Like...
Yeah.
That was like something that people... And then it happens with like fighters, or any type of performers. There's always been this like thing, this phenomenon that they black out, or their best performances, they black out, and then they come to when it's all over, and it's time to bow before the audience, and it wasn't them.
Yeah.
Or they go in to make an album, and then most of the album they blacked out, and then all of a sudden this piece of music's finished.
Yeah.
And it's like incredible.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fucking crazy.
That shit happens.
That does happen. That's real.
And that's not a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not it. I mean, no, yeah, I would say that's something stronger.
Yeah,
more
either
evil.
angel or demon, right?
Yeah.
And then probably more demon than angel.
Yeah.
Given our times and what shit is right now.
And the art that is often comes out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Eminem and shit. Like example, fucking, he talked about like, you know, just being kind of blacked out for that time that he laid Marshall Mathers LP, which is the best shit he did in his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like just fucking on a bunch of pills and like hardly conscious, and like that gives you an empty vessel for anything to come into.
Right.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're fucked off on a bunch of drugs. And have you ever seen somebody blacked out? Like, have you been getting fucked up or getting drunk, and then you notice that somebody actually is in a place in their mind where they're not going to remember this tomorrow?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you looked in their eyes?
No.
It's just like, it's like a window into nothing. It's like there's nothing operating. They're kind of going off of like impulses and patterns, and like there's not an operator there.
Mm-hmm.
You look into their eyes and it's just like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's just nothing behind them.
Yeah.
So in that state of mind, you can probably get taken over by something.
Yeah. And actually, all of the practitioners I work with, the people who, my advisors, they talk about being careful with, especially when you have certain gifts and it's already kind of, you're already a target for negative spirits because of your gifts and because you're susceptible to it. And so they always advise me to be extra careful about smoking and drinking because it becomes that much easier for them to take over and influence you. So they also even talk about horror movies and just how that invites negative spirits, things like that. But more so being in a state of where you're not fully aware. And when you're not sober, it's that much easier for it to get to you.
And you see how common that kind of almost cliche now of the drug addict artist, the drug addict musician, the drug addict actor. You know, it's so fucking common, and then all of these people get into that state of kind of eventually disassociation. And makes you wonder how many entities are actually able to play humans like strings before us and influence us directly, like inhabiting a body.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah. That's what they want, our bodies, because they never had one. Because they chose Satan's plan.
Well, they got a lot of them.
Yeah, 1/3.
1/3, is that it?
1/3 of God's children, all of God's children chose Satan's plan.
2/3 good, and then.
Yeah, so everyone on earth right now chose God's plan, and it's 2/3 of his children.
Huh. What do you think of the phrase, better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven?
That I feel like that's the complete opposite of what their actual plans are.
What do you mean?
Because in Satan's plan, he said, okay, God's plan was come to earth, have a body, have an experience, and have free agency. His plan is free agency. So we get to choose for ourselves and make decisions for ourselves, and we'll be tested here. And then the goal is to ultimately go back to him. And Satan's plan was, I tell you everything that you do so that you don't do anything wrong. And that's basically it. You don't have free agency. You live with me, clearly. And yeah, they're created in, actually, that's not doctrine, but that was Satan's plan, to not give us free will, and that he would tell us everything to do. So I don't see that as ruling in hell.
Yeah, because I mean, the devil ultimately is the ruler,
and you would serve him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a dictatorship, and then heaven and God is a democracy, and you can like do what you want to do, but there's consequences.
They actually call
like
it
society.
the council in heaven, in the premortal existence. They call it the council.
And you believe that we have to answer for everything that we ever done or spoke or anything like that on this earth and that in the next life, everything.
A very complicated answer because
the game's rigged.
Yeah.
Children get molested.
Exactly.
And abused, and they become a product of that.
Exactly.
In which they didn't choose.
And I've also wondered that if the experiences I've had, I've wondered if God might ask the victim at one point, like, do you forgive him and do you want him here? Or, you know, that the victim would have to be okay with this person, even, you know, if they were abused and they're a product of it and they do it to other people. I feel like they would still have to answer to their victims, because I feel like God is a just God.
So even though you're behaving because you're in a pattern of behavior because you were abused and molested as a child, and then you do that to other people, which is usually how it works, you still have to answer for the bad that you've done, even though you were basically kind of set up to be this. Some people can probably make it out of that and be regular citizens.
I was going to say, because in the end, it is free agency. So they will still be held accountable for their decisions. And like psychopathy is one that I can't really answer to, because, you know, serial killers who are clearly mentally unstable and not well do horrible things. But like, oh, it's because after we die, we don't have those things anymore, right? Our bodies, our spirits are made whole again, and we leave all the physical ailments behind, which includes mental illnesses. So when we die in the next life, basically, this gets so controversial, but like basically these people are in a way given another chance to kind of go through the steps of repentance and, you know, all the covenants you're supposed to make. They can do it in spirit prison is what it's called, because, you know, they've obviously done horrible things, but they may possibly have a chance to.
So a prison opposed to a torture chamber.
Yeah.
Because that's the other place.
Well, spirit prison, you have a chance
to
get out and move up.
Right.
Yeah.
Mormons are really nice in that way, that they kind of have these ways to still be okay, and other denominations of Christians don't have that. I think Mormons might be the only ones where there's like a way of redemption even after you've lived your whole life. And even a way they believe in baptizing for the dead souls and shit, like, but go ahead.
I didn't really ever understand that until I've experienced what I've experienced recently. But now I understand baptisms for the dead, because it's like they literally need those covenants done so that they can accept it in the next life and move forward.
Okay. Yeah, like kind of free them so that you don't get the hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, literally, because that's.
You know, I'm so fucking cynical and shit. Like I saw this fucking thing that is like this Buddhist quote of like the spiritual leader. He's like something to the effect of, suffering just shows you where your attachments are. You suffer because you are attached to things, and then when you suffer, you can kind of see maybe the things that you're overly attached to.
Yeah.
But I see that statement, I'm like, yo, well, like, how How about somebody that got stabbed to death in a fucking alleyway?
Yeah.
His source of suffering wasn't attachment.
Right.
But see, I wish I wasn't that way. I wish I could just read the fucking blanket statement.
Oh.
And like, oh yeah, like I can fix myself. And then
No, that's fair though. Question it. Always question it.
No, don't question it. You won't be happy. My mechanic friend, he has this business, and somebody fucking snitched on him. He was like working this mechanic shop in his backyard, and they were basically telling him to shut his practice down, that the state's coming in 2 weeks. They're going to make sure that there's no like cars there or like anything weird that would show that he's doing mechanic work. And he fully is, and he's feeding his fucking family with it.
Yeah.
And he just bought a new house. It's $500,000. He's got a huge fucking mortgage. He's feeding his kids. And I asked him, I was like, yo, dude, like, where are you at mentally right now? How are you doing? And then he was like, I'm okay. And I'm like, word, like the state is going to maybe be taking away your ability to feed your family. And then he's like looked at me and then just like looked up to the sky and then just like nodded. He's like, I'm good. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. It's like, this motherfucker's got God. It's like, I don't have that. Like, I don't, like, if some shit like that's heavy like that happens to me, I can't just look into the fucking sky like that. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up. Well, that is something, though, that people develop when going through hard things. You've been through your fair share of hard things.
Yeah, but I don't have that moment of looking into the sky and feeling like everything's okay.
I don't either.
You don't?
It's okay. I mean, not looking into the sky, but what I do is mindfulness. So I actually practice doing that, where I'll close my eyes, do really deep breathing, and only think about my breath. And every time my mind wanders, I put the thought away, address it, put it away, and then focus on my breath. And so in that state, I just keep telling myself, I'm here right now, and this is all I have to worry about is breathing. And just like getting into that state of mind for even just a few minutes does wonders. But that also opens up your third eye kind of thing, and just more, and if you do it while praying, God might like talk to you back in some ways.
Yeah.
So
there's definitely huge benefit in meditation and being able to calm your mind. It's like I make music, and it'd be like comparing like a beautiful waveform in the music to like bass distortion of like everything's fucking crazy and nothing's exact. It's like you need fucking 15 minutes in your day to have the beautiful natural occurring waveform. Yeah. And then you can go into the distortion of the fucking city lights and the exhaust and the fucking noise of the highway.
Yeah.
But for like 20 fucking minutes, you need to just be still. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking helpful to do that.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's helped me a ton. Mm-hmm. I actually, when I'm getting really worked up and really upset, I'm like, I need to go meditate. Like I can't deal with this right now, and it works.
Yeah.
So
I'm taking you out of it. Yeah, I have to do it more. You get into it and then you like fall away from it, and then yeah, and then you just kind of have to just get back into it and stuff. But it's the shit. It's definitely good.
Yeah, and yoga.
Yoga, I do. I haven't fallen off.
So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that takes practice. Like being able to talk to God takes practice too. Working on that communication. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. We should be able to have that.
He's just like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it would make shit a lot less complicated.
But then our faith would never be tested. That's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea.
I don't fucking know.
Fine.
I don't know shit. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Because, yeah, communication is two ways. So if you talk, he'll answer, but you have to get good at listening.
Yeah, and then like if he doesn't talk to you directly through feelings and like direct feelings that you can then interpret, hopefully accurately,
Yeah.
hopefully,
Hopefully.
or he'll send you even more obscure shit like numbers, seeing numbers all the time, or maybe seeing, just like signs or
Yeah.
fucking some.
I'm here.
Yeah, like I don't know, like somebody at the Starbucks drive-through like compliments your shirt or something, and I don't know,
Yeah.
like what, but it's never
Yeah.
like, I wish, like I told you before, I think the last episode, that the biggest thing that deterred me from that shit was just the fact that I felt like he was playing favorites with people,
sense.
and he had more direct lines of communication with other people, in which I was just fucking begging
sense.
for a feeling to interpret, and that shit pissed me off.
No, that's completely valid. Yeah, I understand that.
Great. Yeah, I feel
that's
understood.
Fine. That's completely valid. That's actually a really good point. But because I also I hear that also, and I think I wasn't always like this either. I thought God didn't hear me for the longest time, and that I would pray and pray for certain anxieties to go away. I would pray for him to just hold back my tears so that I wouldn't embarrass myself or something, and just nothing. But that is smaller scale problems. But now I feel like he can almost, well, that's personal, but I can talk to him,
Yeah.
So
yeah, and in your own way, of not like we're talking right now.
Right.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I'd go into deep meditations, and I'd have experiences, intense experiences and shit. I'm saying way the fuck too much. That shit pisses me off so much when I'm editing this.
I do that.
But I'd be in meditations, and I would feel like a fucking laser beam coming from the sky straight into the middle of my fucking forehead, and to the point where I'm just fucking frozen, and there's this fucking just beam of energy to the point where it's uncomfortable. I eventually have to open my eyes to make it go away. Shit like that would happen. And and just battles. I would meditate, and then in sleep, I would have battles of light and darkness, and so fucking intense too. I don't know how to describe it, but just the light and the darkness slowly taking over the light, and the light taking over, but it's fucking intense.
So then what you need is probably a cleansing, and then yeah, because you already have those gifts
Of what?
of feeling energies, feeling spirits, even being able to hear God. I feel at least feel from him. But there's things attacking you because they know that you have a gift. So they are trying to bring you down so you don't grow from it, is what it sounds like.
I do feel like I can, more than others. This is why I can make money in sales. More than probably a lot of people. I was just making money immediately. I can read people really good.
Yeah.
I don't get cocky that often and praise myself.
That's good.
but I can see the sincerity in people's eyes. I can look someone in the eyes and ask them a question and have probably very high accuracy that I know if they're telling the truth or not, based on the way they flutter their eyes, based on just the smallest subtle things. And that allows me to be good at selling shit.
Oh yeah, I see.
And buying shit. I can see, I can read between the lines. But beyond that, I don't know. I don't know about how metaphysical I don't know if I have any metaphysical gifts beyond like just being able to read like body language.
Well, is it just body language, or do you get like a feeling with it?
Some feeling maybe sometimes, but like body language, I feel like mostly. Yeah. And my aunt told me that's like a Capricorn thing. And we're like politicians and fucking like shit like that, like lawyers, like Capricorn's heavy in lawyers and politicians and salesmen because like they naturally have a fucking an inkling to be able to read people and to read eyes.
Yeah.
Where like you're gonna see a Gemini and they're all over fucking like say like music or writing or you know what I mean because they have a gift with their voice and the ability to communicate and then so on and so forth. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have any like gifts, like spiritual gifts.
I feel like you do.
Why?
I don't know the reason, but I just feel like you do.
Hope so. Yeah, that'd be tight. I mean, I'm with that. My mom definitely does. So I don't know if that shit is like hereditary and stuff. She like sees the future in her dreams and all that shit, but she was like really stupid like in school. Like she couldn't she couldn't intelligence is fucking weird because like my mechanic is extremely fucking intelligent when we're dealing with things and like how things are put together and how they're taken apart and in practical ways of doing stuff. Whereas if we get into like a deep conversation or something that's like philosophy or God or stuff, I'm going to be way more intelligent than him. But that intelligence isn't even applicable to anything. So it's just, and then there's a emotional intelligence. Like my mom, she goes to school, she has fucking straight F's, but she can see the future in her dreams.
Yeah.
So that's a different intelligence.
Right.
I don't know, you know?
Yeah. Different levels. We're all on different levels.
Different even types, I guess, of intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be emotionally smart, book smart, street smart,
intuitive.
Yeah.
Which is the most incredible form of intelligence because it can't be shown in like a laboratory.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of the more like mystical type of intelligence that can't be explained, which is the dopest.
Yeah. Sixth sense,
being able to, you know, dreams and intuition and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which women have way more than men for some reason.
Yeah. I think it has something to do with the pineal gland.
Yeah. You think women just have a bigger one or something?
Yeah. Something like that, probably.
There's also some hard shit involved because I know that some intelligence and intuition can come from the heart, which women have probably less corrosion in their heart, and they men like are fucking tend we bottle stuff and we have to like not cry and like so we're just like taking all of the green out of the fucking heart chakra and just turning it fucking gray and black.
It's true.
And then women are way more
open to being vulnerable,
being vulnerable and being emotional and stuff, and they're probably their energy center in their chest is probably a lot more vibrant most of the time.
Yeah.
We're in this fucking culture that just kills us.
But men did that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all a victim of misogyny.
Yeah. I'm a victim of misogyny.
You are.
Fuck.
We all are.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just, as men, Bill Burr has a fucking incredible like comedy bit on it, but we're just like slowly broken down to the point where we just go into the bathroom and just fucking burst into tears and like fucking, you know, lean against the wall and slowly slide down and just like fucking, and it's just us to our, I don't know, like there's this kind of like this kill that's like slowly, something in us is being killed. In the society that we kind of, and the role that we have to like try to play as men in this society. Yeah. So
eats you.
So we're victims too. It's not just women and gays.
Exactly. Yeah, it's men men I've seen can be so insecure and turn around and be assholes and be all cocky because they've been in that depressed state for so long. So after a while, they get fed and then become fuckboys.
They get fed? Like, so men, like, say that in a different way.
Like, men are done being a victim of misogyny and become assholes instead because, you know, they've had to suppress their feelings for so long and bottle up their emotions, and they turn into dicks.
The feminine, because we're suppressing the feminine even in ourselves, which is like misogyny, sort of, and then that manifests itself into us just like fucking snapping in public and just being fucking assholes and being fucking angry all the time, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Trauma work.
Trauma work.
Who told you you couldn't cry?
Every fucking body.
And you deal with that shit and then let yourself feel emotions so that you don't have to overcompensate every time someone invalidates you. You don't feel like you have to scream for your feelings to be heard because you already have a secure sense of self.
True. Are you secure even in like the dating game? Like, this shit, I know that you know what I'm about to fucking be talking about. Like, you're texting somebody and it's like a fluid conversation. You guys are texting back hourly, and that's the flow of the conversation. And then you go like a whole ass day or something, or like into the afternoon of the next day or the night of the next day, like, and respond to it like nothing happened. And then they become short with you and they hit you with the same fucking time. Like, they'll then wait a day to hit you back to make you feel how you made them feel.
Petty.
Because they're insecure.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And like you hurt their pride and their sense of self. And now they have to do to you what you just did to them.
Yeah.
And then they hit you with the fucking day and a half. And then now you guys are playing this stupid fucking game back and forth, and like, and then it's weird kind of getting back into the hour rhythm again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because it never happens.
Yeah.
It never goes back. It just stops.
And that's like, and so I feel like men, I guess, and women too, we are so fucking insecure.
I was going to say, men do that to me. Like, I don't think I've ever done that to anyone. I've been like, oh, he hasn't texted me back in forever. Like, I'll just get to it when I get to it. I've never like waited to respond because I was being petty. But men have done that to me because I'll take like a day to respond, act like nothing happened because I don't really give a fuck. And then they do the same shit.
And they'll be short with you, and then they'll fucking just stop
and
responding.
Stop talking.
For a day and a half.
Like, how are you? Doing good. How are you? Good. And I'll say something and then I'm undelivered for 2 days.
Yeah, it's just so fucking petty. It's like, what? And, you know, there's $1 billion industry and you feeling incomplete and you feeling less than.
Multiple $1 billion.
Billions and billions is more than anybody can count of the money that you can make in the industry of making people feel like they can be something more than they are, like a celebrity, or like the girl that they seen on Instagram. They're not as good as they could be, so they spend this money and their time to like be more beautiful in an artificial way. And then men have this deep insecurity, and it manifests itself like pride, just like, I don't even know how to describe it. But men in this culture are also deeply insecure in their own little way. And why do you think that is? Like celebrity culture?
Why men are so insecure?
Yeah, why is everyone so insecure?
Misogyny.
Misogyny.
I'm being dead ass though. Okay, ready for my explanation?
Yes. Expound.
Okay. So women, we feel so bad about ourselves because like no matter what we try and do, it's never good enough. Our body types go into trends. Actually though, some women.
Oh God, that's so gross to think about.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Isn't it? Exactly.
Like trending body shapes.
Exactly.
Which I've seen several of already in my lifetime. Ew, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyways,
Isn't that fucking nasty?
keep going.
Like who you are, what you're born as, is either a trend or not.
Oh, what the fuck?
Isn't that fucking gross?
Oh, it's like this meat factory. It's so fucking nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we are just born to be insecure and made to be insecure because men can't get enough of Megan Fox and Kylie Jenner and all these other fake ass bitches that we don't look like clearly. And so we're going to spend time, money, apps, and try just like them so that we can be just like them.
Because that's what beauty is. So
apparently
popular culture's image that they feed us ends up being what beauty is, because in Africa, like different places in Africa, being fat is beautiful. The fat women have all of the men, just like the chick with the fucking puffed up fucking cheeks and the fucking fillers in her lips and the fucking titties and like that. To this African tribe, like being fat is way hotter than that. Way hotter. So it's like,
it's funny.
What the fuck are we doing?
Exactly.
I was having a conversation with my ex-girlfriend, and she has to, I watched her put her makeup on her makeup routine, and there's like, oh my fucking God. Next time I say like, slap me hard.
I'm not even paying attention to how many times you say it.
It's probably so many times already.
Because I do it in a conversation too.
Yeah. She has these 8 or 9 fucking different bottles of shit that she's one by one applying to her face and her eyes. And I'm sitting there like, and then she puts on the foundation, and then she does this one thing, and then she's like telling me the new things that she's doing, like she's like putting the mascara on the side of her eyes instead of and I'm like, and then she's like, this is what's like trending right now, is the girls are doing they're blushing, they're putting blush on their forehead or whatever. And I'm like, and there's like putting sparkle tips on their nose, and then and I'm sitting there like, I said like again, which I fucking hate, and just baffled at what it is to be a woman in 2022. I mean, it's been this way, but like in 2022, it's, I wish I could understand, I guess, and no homo, like,
yeah,
because
it's horrible. It's exhausting, and I have trauma.
Oh, fuck.
Because of all of it. Just like every other woman carries around at least one trauma from a man.
Yeah. And then you're not, I can see how women are more insecure than men probably, because you have to put on a whole new ass face every fucking day to feel beautiful.
I went through a lot of therapy addressing how in junior high I felt like I had to put on a whole new face to feel pretty. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why don't men have to do this? Why? And then I would look up how to make my brows naturally more fuller so I didn't have to fill them out, and then clear my skin, even though my skin is completely clear and I still wear full face of foundation because, you know, my redness. Still insecure. Like, it doesn't matter.
Like with just color differences in the face. Like,
yeah. It's yeah. And that's just how I was born into, the life that I was born into. So I'm in junior high, just not being able to leave my house because I'm not ready. And I'm 12. Like, that's not fucking cool.
No, and the psychological like implications and impact of.
Yeah, I had to deal with it in trauma therapy years later.
And what else was she was saying that was just like fucking me up? It was. Oh my god.
Anything to do with contour?
She's going through makeup trends, but oh yeah. So I was like, if you don't do this, you're less attractive in most men's eyes. If you don't sit here for 30 minutes and apply these 9 different things to your face, you're less attractive in society. But what happens if everybody just does that?
I've had that thought, and I wish that we could go back and just never started wearing makeup. When the fuck did that happen? I've had that thought so many times.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, if you could all just stop wearing your makeup, that'd be fucking great, because I'm not getting ready anymore. Like,
right.
Yeah. And then, because I go places and then I see people with like a full face of makeup and their hair done, and I'm like, I feel like shit. Like, I didn't get ready.
Yeah, so you feel like lesser than, and then they're pumping this $1 billion fucking industry of like, to go get fucking hot dogs and the grocery store, you need to spend a fucking hour being beautiful.
There are jobs that require you to wear makeup. Like, my friend was a hostess at a Mexican restaurant, and she had to wear makeup. Like, for what? Literally for what? And I know there's hella moms out there. I've heard it, that, not to me, but that the mom will say to the daughter, it wouldn't hurt to put on a little blush. Oh. And I know so many people can relate to that, or similar comments like that. It's like, or people talk behind someone's back. I've also heard, oh, it wouldn't kill if she like put some mascara on, something like that. And it's like, I found myself in that thinking before. I used to look at people like, oh, I want to do her makeup, make her look like pretty. And I'm like, that's literally what society is teaching me to do.
You had a makeup channel. You were like super, you were into it. I
love makeup. I still love makeup.
And there's like an artistic kind of aspect to it that's kind of cool.
I actually love it. Yeah. And it's therapeutic. It's actually therapeutic.
It's kind of applying this.
Mm-hmm. But like, I shouldn't feel not okay going out without all of it on.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem.
That's the issue.
And if every woman decided to just stop wearing it,
that'd be fucking great.
Men at first would be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know, like
they would.
And we'd just be confused.
Yeah.
For a while. And then just, there would be a transition of us readjusting. And then we'd readjust.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have to fucking wear makeup anymore.
It would be fine after that.
Yeah.
It would just be the new normal.
We are still going to want to have sex with women. Believe it or not.
Exactly. Exactly.
So like,
it's just a new normal.
Yeah, a new normal.
Yeah.
It's a fucking, and it could be done, theoretically.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be. Yeah. That's so fucked. I thought that shit was so fucked up.
Yeah, it's devastating, and I have a lot of trauma just with makeup.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Which is good and stuff. Yeah. But
it's horrible.
Just the differences of being a woman in society and the importance of beauty, and then being a man in society, and then the importance of, say, career or getting money. It's just, we're kind of put on these kind of trajectories. We're biologically different, but we're human.
Yeah.
And we still basically feel all the same things and want all of the same things. But, you know, you have a higher specific testosterone or chemicals in your body and stuff that are just higher, and then you're just smaller. But like, we're basically the same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the fuck where I was going with that, but yeah, we need to like a GoFundMe or fucking something.
Yeah. No, literally. I've had that thought so many times, like, because I'll look at myself in the mirror and like put my hair back or something, and I'm like, whoa, I just look like a straight ass man. And I've had conversation with my sisters, and it's like, yeah, because we all look like people. Without makeup, we do kind of all look like men. We just have slightly more feminine features, which makes us look more feminine, but we try to exaggerate those features so much so we're even more stand out from everyone else. But in reality, we all do kind of look like men. And we just have slightly more feminine features.
Yeah, you have the longer hair, slightly more feminine features.
Like softer jaw, softer features.
Yeah, softer features, smaller frames.
Yeah.
You know, just small. Oh my God, that's almost uncomfortable for me to like just talk about this. I don't know why. Something needs to be addressed with me. That women are basically men.
Women are men.
You're men.
Yeah. Just like without anything, we just look like men.
Oh my God, what the fuck? I mean, like dogs too. It's like, oh, is it a boy or a girl?
Exactly.
It still poops and throws up.
Exactly. And sometimes with dogs, though, too, you can look into their eyes. Sometimes they have more feminine eyes. But for the most part, it's just like they're a boy or girl. And
Right.
they're a dog.
And you just guess, and then sometimes people guess it wrong and stuff. People have guessed Pablo as a woman just because he's so beautiful.
Because he's so beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, people call Mandy a boy. Even though she has a pink collar, she looks so much girly.
Yeah, and then that's like the biggest distinguishing thing for that fucking dog is the collar's pink. It's like, okay, girl.
Her collar did used to be blue.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing with fucking humans.
Yeah.
Except, like you said, we exaggerate the fuck, or women exaggerate the fuck out of the things that are feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Which
they're like, we just enhance our beauty, our natural features. It's like,
well, maybe don't.
Sometimes you change those features with makeup. Like,
yeah, like contour.
Nose contour. Yeah, completely change the shape of your nose, which I do it, but but it's because I'm trying to fit in, okay?
Right.
I'm trying to be pretty.
Yeah, and then when I was talking to my ex-girlfriend about it, she was saying that even if there was like this huge movement towards that, of everybody just stop wearing makeup, there's going to be these few bitches that are like, fuck that, I'm not going to do that shit. Like, I'm fucking so ugly without makeup. And then there'd be the, you know, and then it just would never work.
But then the men would know who's insecure enough to keep the makeup on. So maybe they might be scared of how they'll really look with no makeup if they're not willing to. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. Yeah. But some things are just fucking weird that we just take as normal. And when we were children, before we are embedded with these concepts of beauty and putting a new face on before going into public and all of these small things, we were just like a blank slate of just a child that has none of these things or knows any of these things. And then we are indoctrinated into this, to being this way.
Literally.
Yeah.
We were made.
Yeah. In the 1700s, they'd have like the fucking the high arching lipstick and the fucking powder all over their face and the wigs, and that shit was fucking beautiful. That's what was hot. And the men did that shit.
And the men did it.
So I don't know how something like that just goes away.
Right. Yeah.
It was like highbrow, rich. The rich people wore powdered wigs and powder on their face.
Dramatic change.
Yeah, and then the girls had like that fucking crazy shit with the fucking, you know what I mean?
Rosy
the
ass.
Huge, like very rosy circles on their cheeks.
And it doesn't even look real. It looks like a clown.
Yeah, they look like a fucking clown.
Glad we did away with that.
Yeah, but now it's like something even more subtle and psychologically fucking damaging.
Oh, yeah.
Because you made it too close to.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
And so now you can pinpoint exactly what is making you insecure and what you want to change with makeup. And what you wish was different about you.
Yeah. I should have did some studying on makeup and stuff before this. I didn't know it's so deep into makeup.
Into the makeup.
Just I would like to know what.
That's funny.
Where it came from and why. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But at some point, a human being has to just start putting things on their face.
Right. I'm sure like, and like tribes did it too, like face paint.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
yeah.
But for beauty though,
I
is
feel
my
like,
question.
I feel like that comes from Europe. Actually, I don't know,
I
because
know
didn't
Asian
like
countries had
Asians did that too. I was gonna say Egyptians, and yeah, that's something to look into.
Yeah.
So that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I'll look into it. But all right, well, boys and girls, thank you for not listening to this podcast.
Thanks for not tuning in.
Love you. Support Joe Biden at all costs. That man is so fucking capable.
The best president we've ever had.